What's up, Speed Souls? Welcome back to the 2022 Speed Souls Charity Marathon. I am Carter, aka. Very, very pleased to be able to host for you as we enter this speedrun of Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town, by the amazing Ella. We're gonna have agriculture, we're gonna have horse races, we're gonna maybe have the purchase of a cow if a Hattie gets his way. And I'm so excited to be able to host this for you guys. I'm so excited to be able to help you, help all of us raise money for an amazing cause, save the children. So get ready with those donations, and I'm now going to kick it over to Ella and her commentators, Desert and Cass, if you guys want to introduce yourselves really quick, and then we will get farming.
All right, thank you so much, Carter. I'm Ella, or CafeEla on Twitch. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm a Harvest Moon speedrunner as of just recently. All right. I guess I hand it over to Desert.
Hi, I'm Desert. I'm also a Harvest Moon speedrunner, and I'm gonna do my best to help commentate here.
And my name is Cass. My pronouns are he, him. I am not a Harvest Moon speedrunner, but I'm here to ask questions that that chat may have, and just provide a general air of curiosity.
All right. This is my first ever marathon that I'm running. Super honored to run at Speed Souls 2022. And if we are ready, we can hit it off right away.
I think we're ready. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Then once I hit start, we're gonna start the timer. So I would say we're gonna do 3, 2, 1, and start. Okay, first we have a couple of inputs here. We're gonna set our birthday to summer 17th. Our farm name is A, our dog's name is A, everyone's name is A. So, oh, we got a good field. Okay, this is the opening sequence where the mayor finds us on this abandoned farm. And he's like, "What are you doing here, trespasser?" And we're like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell him our story." And now we get a little retrospective on how we were a little boy and we were on vacation and we're getting lost, and the old man on the farm finds us and lets us spend some time here, and we're making some friends, like this cow and this horse, and we're antagonizing the chicken. The chickens hate us. I don't know, throwing trash into the ocean, making friends with the dog. The dog is super cute. And just like enjoying life. This cutscene can't be skipped. We're hitting the directional buttons to skip the dialogue as fast as possible. And yeah, that is our story. We meet this girl with no name. And we tell the mayor, and he's like, "Oh my god, do you want to have this farm?" And we're like, "Hell yeah, it's 2022 and property prices are soaring, so we're definitely gonna take this free farm." Sorry, I just like really tried to come up with a story here. So this is our first day on the farm. It's the 2nd of spring. We take out our hoe, and then we're gonna have some more dialogue here with the mayor, and he wants to let us know how the controls work, but it's okay. There's our little dog. That's important. We actually need to go get the dog. So whenever you don't see the dog right away, it's always a little unfortunate, because then you just have to hope that you come across it while you're running. All right. So our first order is to take the little dog, put him into the house. And then we're gonna set up what we call our warp file. So we just make a save here. The positioning is important, and now we just start getting money, because that is the most important part of the first part of the game. Sometimes the controls are a bit finicky here. And what we also do is we collect these grasses here, the blue grasses. They spawn every day here in the mountains at the same place. And they are worth 100 gold each. In the early game, they are a very good source of money for sure. And there's like 3 of them, which is perfect because we have 2 inventory slots at the beginning. And we can hold 1 item, so we can just collect all 3. And that is pretty much the first day already.
Ella, or maybe Desert, do you want to give like a quick overview of what this category is? I notice it's called Anne Marriage, but as a Harvest Moon noob, I have no idea who Anne is or why we're marrying her so fast.
Oh, yeah. Please go ahead with explaining.
Oh yeah, so in this game we have 5 bachelorettes. Technically 6 if you count the Harvest Goddess. But Anne is the inn-shop's daughter. The other bachelorettes are Ellie the nurse, Karen the supermarket owner's daughter, Potpourri works at the chicken shop, and Mary works at the library. They don't... there's not really a difference between them, gameplay-wise. It just depends on your personal preference. I'm personally an Ellie fan, but I know there's a lot of Anne fans out there.
Love Ellie too. Ellie is cute. Probably my second favorite. But yeah, basically the Anne run is one of the fastest ones because we can encounter Anne pretty early in the day. The times of the runs are decided by how quickly you can get to them. So for example, Anne is fairly quick because we meet her at 7 a.m. in the morning for the first time in the day, whilst Mary, for example, we have to wait until 10 a.m. except on Mondays. What I'm doing here is I'm layouting some fields. That's 4. I need 8. 5. Oh, I got a power berry. 5. So in this game, the seeds are working 3 by 3. So we need quite a few. 3 times 3. 8 times 3 times 3. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. I think I'm gonna put it here. Just like trying to scan quickly where I have to clear the least debris.
And sorry, Ellie, you got a power berry before. What does a power berry do?
I think Desert can answer that.
So in this game you have a hidden value for your stamina. It starts off at 100 and goes down various amounts based on the tools you use. Power berries each increase it by 10 for a maximum of 200. There's also a blue power berry which prevents you from losing fatigue during the rain. And we're not going to see any more power berries in this run, but that does have its own category, which is about 4 hours.
Oh, maybe I should do that one at some point. That sounds fun. So here on the 4th, it's important that we're holding an item when leaving the house, because otherwise we will get into a cutscene. Gonna pocket the honey, and we're gonna till the rest of the fields until 8:30. Because that's the time we gotta leave for the supermarket. In order to not trigger a cutscene as well. So it's really just like a little time optimization that we do here. Just gotta make sure we are at certain places at certain times in order to keep the downtime low.
Could I sneak in a donation or two while we're tilling the field?
Absolutely, please.
Well, there is a lot of love coming in already for this Harvest Moon speedrun, and after watching 7 minutes of it, I really understand why. I'm very into this, actually. To start off really quick, I do have one $20 anonymous donation from the last run, Elden Ring Any Percent, and the anonymous donator says, "Fantastic showcase run, thanks Mitch." And I would like to say thanks to Mitch as well for that amazing speedrun of Elden Ring, any percent. The chainsaw glitch, very fun stuff. I also have $10 from Just Here for the Charity, who says, "You got this, Ella. I may be working, but I'm on your couch in spirit."
Thanks, Rewards. One of my mods.
One of the few situations where it's good for someone to be on your couch in spirit. I also have $15 from Wouter, who says, "Good luck on the run. Ella, show these Souls runners what an actual hardcore game looks like."
Oh my god, that's so funny. So what I'm doing right now is I'm hiring Bold to water, and what we're gonna perform now is our first warp glitch. There's a glitch in this game that allows you to warp. And this is how it's done. And we're back on the farm. Desert, maybe you can explain how it works while I'm sowing out the potatoes.
Okay, yeah, so that glitch was actually found by another runner named Mr. Steal Your Gill. The way it works is if you pause and hit a loading zone on the same frame, the game loads that you're ready to go through that loading zone, and because the developers didn't intend for you to, load a different save while you're going through a loading zone, as long as you're facing the same direction on the other save file, it'll just progress through like normally, and it'll warp you, basically.
Yes, so basically we have this one file set up to always go back to our farm. So we can warp back to our farm from anywhere as long as we're facing down. And that's a very important mechanic in the game to save a little bit of time. And it's also really fun and rewarding to do because this is pretty much the first speedrun glitch I ever learned. And I think that's cool. So this was the sowing out the seeds day. We need some money at the beginning to afford a basket for the horse race. And what we're basically doing now, because we hired Bolt for watering, we're just going to bed for a couple of days until the watering process is done. In this period of time, you want to aim for a couple of rain days. We just had one. Usually 1, 2 are okay in order to make all the seeds grow. Because the harvest sprite has a limitation on like the amount of seeds they can water, but it should be fine. Even if we have all sunny days, we can still salvage, and here's a second rain day, so we should definitely be fine. We could still salvage that by just manually watering, but obviously that costs a little bit of time. Usually it doesn't happen, but obviously this is a marathon, so everything is gonna happen. So we're just sleeping until the 12th right now, because that's the first day that Bold is not gonna water for us anymore, and we hire him for harvesting. If you're wondering why we're taking our dog to bed, it's not only like obviously morally the right thing to do. We are actually saving loading time here because the game does calculate the dog's steps while we're sleeping, meaning it takes longer to load. So if we take the dog to bed with us, it's very wholesome. It's actually loading up faster, which is great. Great for us and great for the dog. It's just double use all around.
I was just gonna say, I'm really into the idea of just kind of like carrying your dog over your head every time you go to bed. I think that's just a good way to live your life.
Right. I think that also makes this game so nice to run. Like, it's one of the more wholesome things. So, unfortunately, our dog's name is just A.
What makes me a little bit uncomfortable is after spending an entire day in the field and then not taking your shoes off before you get into bed, the sheets would get so dirty. That would just be uncomfortable for everybody involved.
But it's just us. We're a single Pringle ready to mingle, and I think Anna's gonna be. She's gonna understand.
Anne's not worried about how clean our sheets are. Anna's worried about speed. That's what
Yeah.
Anne's here for.
Anne's just worried about getting chocolate. We're gonna probably have some chocolate memes later on because we're gonna gift her quite a lot of chocolate. What we're doing now is we're going to the beach because the Harvest Sprite Hut is opening up at 9. So we're actually just optimizing time a little bit, collecting 2 grasses that are growing here at the beach, getting some additional money. just to use the downtime properly. Storing them in our backpack. There's also some orange grasses here, but the yellow ones are worth a little bit more. I think they're worth 120 as opposed to the orange ones that are worth 100, just like the blue ones. So we grab those, and now it's 9, so we can actually go here and talk to Bold again and be like, hey, could you please harvest for me for 3 days? And I think we're gonna, oops. Yeah, sometimes the positioning has to be fairly precise. It's not pixel perfect, but it has to be fairly precise. So sometimes I'm just like accidentally walking out of the building again. But we got it. Gonna empty our pockets here and... Alright, so for this marathon run, this is not something I would do if I would attempt a PB. We're doing 3 additional bluegrass foraging days in order to get a certain amount of money. I calced this before to make like a little bit more of a marathon-friendly version, because the first big RNG event, and this is on spring 18th, and this is kind of like determining the run altogether. And that is the horse race, which is our tool for money. So we're doing some betting at the horse race, and that means we need a certain amount of money to actually get an initial bet going. With the amount I'm collecting right now, I can do everything with a 9 multiplier and up, I believe. So I'm getting enough money to purchase the amount of medals I need for a 9 multiplier. We're gonna explain that when we get there, but for now you just gotta trust me. So what I'm doing for the next 3 days is just getting more bluegrasses, so we would have time for either some questions, Cass, or some donations if we want to read them, Carter.
I
Carter,
do
we
have
got
donations.
anything?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
I have some very succinct donations. I have $10 from Spacey L1 who says, "Cow," and I agree. I like where Spacey's coming from. I also have $20 from Red Cat who says, "Good luck, Ella." And with that, chat, we are $124 away from breaking the $3,000 barrier. That would be $3,000 raised for Save the Children, and even just 1/10 of that, $300, every $300 we raise can support a displaced family to cover emergency needs, including shelter. We're really, really supporting a great cause here, and we're so close to breaking that $3,000 barrier. Get those donations in and stick around, because we have even more farming to do. And Anne is right around the corner, if we're fast enough.
If we're fast enough. I'm gonna have to disappoint you so much, because we're not getting a cow in this playthrough. We're actually playing the game as you wouldn't actually play it. Like, we're barely growing any crops. This was the only time we're growing crops in this run. We are just making our money with horse race betting, which is a thing. But yeah, that's all we do. The rest is just gonna be TV shopping and gifting Anne couple of gifts so she likes us more.
And I'd like to point out, calling back to an earlier donation, referring to this being a real hardcore game, that is, if you pay close attention to the letters in Harvest Moon and rearrange them, you do actually get the words Mother's Nova, which anyone who has played Elden Ring can obviously understand is a Renala, Queen of the Full Moon reference, as well as the fact that the game is called Harvest Moon, and the unnamed girl that we had at the start of the in that initial cutscene does in fact grow up to be Renala, Queen of the Full Moon. So it might not appear that way, but this is actually the prelude to the entire Dark Souls series.
We actually knew that, and also fall 13th is the Full Moon Festival. So it's all canon at this point, you know?
It makes a lot of sense, especially how much time I spent farming blood vials and Bloodborne. It really reflects a lot of the mechanics in this game.
Yeah, these were the lands before, you know, before everything went down.
And on that previous screen there, we did see cherry blossoms, which do, of course, harken to Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice as well. So it really is. It's a multi-layered, multifaceted prequel to the Soulspawn series.
Yeah, I agree. All we do now is we wait for the supermarket to open so we can buy a basket. Oh my god, the basket is a very important tool in this run. The basket stores 30 items, which is obviously much bigger as our inventory could ever be. But the thing with the basket is once you buy it, you cannot take any items out. Once you put an item in, you can't take it out. So all you can do is put items in and then ship them. So it's kind of like a little bit of a mini shipping bin that you then have to put into the bigger shipping bin. And that's what we're going to use in order to store brooches, which is the item we're going to buy at the horse race. Each brooch is worth 2,000 gold. So it's a very good way to make money. But here on the way back, we're just collecting some of the grasses again, just so we have some money again for horse race betting. Perfect. And then we're going to go warp back and ship them.
And just to continue, the grass that we are collecting later on in the series does become known as the full moon grass, the half moon grass, the crescent moon grass from Demon Souls. This is actually the origin of those grasses.
Yeah. That's why they also have all these different colors. Just to
so
signalize the multitude of grasses that we're dealing with here. All right. So spring 17th. All we're gonna do here is we're gonna save next to the bed. And I don't know, Desert, maybe you wanna explain this part with the hard reset?
Oh yeah, so this is actually part of why Ella only hired the Harvest Sprite for 3 days instead of a week. Whenever you sleep in this game, well, first of all, there's 2 pieces of RNG. There's RNG that cycles during loading zones, and there's RNG that cycles outside of loading zones. And the odds of the 4 horses we get in the first race here are going to be set when she wakes up on the 18th. So she's going to save by the bed at 6 o'clock in the morning, no later, then do a hard reset to clear the RNG, and then if she mashes through the intro and sleeps as fast as possible, she'll be in the same, like, roughly 100 frame window of race patterns. And based on the odds she'll get, she can see which one of those 4 is going to win. So it kind of takes the RNG away of having to guess like which one of the 4 will win or which one she has to bet on. So she can quickly check if a 9 odd or higher is going to win, and if not, then she can reload or check the second and third races.
Yes. So, how did you make that table, actually?
So, I used a combination of a Lewis script and a Task Studio application on an emulator called BizHawk. So it basically lets you record inputs and then replay them. And I used the Lewis script to automatically reload and insert a frame to that task script, and then document the 4 odds and the winner.
Wow. That's honestly so cool. So I have this table here that is made by Desert that will predict the winner for 128 patterns. Sometimes obviously we're unlucky and we're just going to get a bad winner, which is when we're going to look at the second and third horse race. I'm also going to soft save here beforehand as well, just in case we actually get a good first one and I bet on the wrong one or something. And this is the horse race. So we have a couple of tries for this. I do have a backup file that we can use in case. Oh my god, that's an amazing pattern. Oh my god. I think we're super lucky here. Number 12 is gonna win. This is a first horse race win. Oh my god. That is perfect. We are actually lucky. Wait, is number 1 gonna win?
Can we get some cheers for number 3 in the chat, please?
I might have to reset this. Oh no! Oh my god! Number 3 snatched it! Oh, phew. I'm glad. Okay, I don't have to reset. We got enough medals. Perfect! Okay. So now we just have to watch the other races because we can't leave the horse race until we watched all of them. And then I want y'all to get mentally ready for counting. I want to see you all count with me in chat. We're gonna count to 30. It's gonna be great. Alright. Oh, that was a 21 multiplier as well. We're really lucky, my goodness. I thought this would go super wrong. I totally
expected. There's a lot of hype in
expected.
chat for what is about to happen. I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
Oh my god, it's like from my stream, I always like say, okay chat, count with me. And then we count to 30 together and it's the best time of the whole run, actually. I have a couple of very engaged counters. And I'm very grateful for it. Because it makes the whole counting a little bit more bearable. Alright, y'all, we're gonna buy 30 brooches and we're gonna count. Alright, chat, count with me. 1. I really want to keep track of this. 2. Because otherwise, if I buy too many, I will have to throw one away. 3. 4. This is peak content. 5. 6.
I can't tell which count is the one through Discord and which is the one through stream.
7. 8. 9. Okay, I'm gonna sound more enthusiastic now. And 10. We're almost at 10. We're already a third through. No, stop. I can only count to 4. 11. 12. I'm not looking at chat, but I hope everyone's counting.
Oh, there is so much counting,
13. 14.
I'm learning a lot about like which numbers happen after which different other numbers.
15. Yeah, same. 16. But my chat is actually always super nice. They never try to distract me. 17. They take that very serious. 18. 19.
It would be really, really bad if somebody donated like $39 right now and just messed the whole
20.
thing up. Don't do that.
Yeah, definitely don't. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. We're almost there. 28. 29, and we're on track because I calculated in my head as well which medals we have to land on. It's 220 something, 30. And now we're just gonna buy 2 more truffles that we're gonna need later on, because one of Anne's favorite gifts is truffle rice. And we're gonna gift her that for her birthday, so we need to take 2 truffles as well, and that's it. We did it, chat. I'm so proud of you. That was fun. Now back to work. Okay, we're gonna sell it. And we are done.
Give yourselves a round of applause, chat. That was some phenomenal counting.
That was some phenomenal counting. I could feel it. I'm sorry. Totally. Here, we're gonna sleep until the 21st. And that's our first TV shopping day. So one of the marriage requirements is to have the big bed. For what reason whatsoever. I don't know what we would need a big bed for in a marriage. But basically we need to buy all the items beforehand that are happening in TV shopping. TV shopping is a program that runs every Saturday. And we just have to check it. And the item we can then order throughout the week in the inn with the telephone, because we don't have an own telephone on our farm. So we gotta go to the inn.
I have to assume it's so that you can carry a bigger dog into bed, or perhaps like a higher number of dogs.
I think so. Yeah. I think that makes complete sense, because maybe Anne also has pets, to be honest. So we probably just want to make sure that that all the dogs have space. All right, so what we're doing now is we are waiting in front of the inn. The inn opens up at 8 a.m. and comes out here at 7. I will probably talk to her because it doesn't hurt. It gives us some initial... Like, talking to her raises our affection. The worst that can happen, that RNG puts the affection down again. But I usually always talk to her when she's introducing herself. So this is Anne, who we're gonna marry. And we're just gonna wait for the inn to open. But as you can see, this is like the earliest we can meet her, is at 7 a.m. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna set us an inn warp save, so we can warp into the inn and we don't have to always wait until 8 a.m. Which is also super cool and super great. I always feel like so sneaky whenever I warp into the inn. Okay. We bought the clock. And then we're gonna put our save file here on save 1. Perfect. And yeah. All we do now is buying our first backpack upgrade. So we're gonna have 5 backpack spaces instead of only 2. Or no, 4, sorry. And then we're gonna buy our first house extension as well, because now we have money thanks to the horse race. And our house has to be extended twice in order to fit the big bed at the end, which is the main reason we need money for. Not even for the expansion, but actually for the wood that we're buying, because we're not chopping our own wood, we are just buying it. This is Cliff, by the way. Cass, you wanted me to let you know.
So Cliff is our rival bachelor, and in the remake of the game, he's actually voiced. This is our Patches, basically. So for those of you who are playing the Patches game at home, Cliff is the grandfather of the Patches that we know and love.
Yes. So every bachelorette has a, like I have a rival for the bachelorette, and in this case it's Cliff. The good part is that if we don't get Cliff a job in autumn, like it's a certain day where we need to trigger that, he's gonna leave the town and we never have to deal with him again. But in our speedrun, we don't have to deal with him anyway. And this is Gots, who is the lumberjack, and we're just gonna, or the carpenter, or both. We're just gonna follow him, and we're gonna buy 200 wood. And we're gonna buy the first house extension. And that's pretty much it.
do all the men in this game have such angry eyebrows?
Not all, no. Gods and, you mean Ron Swanson from the inn? Or Duck?
Him and Zach, who gave you the tour of the farm at the start, both were very, very angry.
They are
They
also
do all
very
seem kind of
angry.
vaguely menacing. It's very Souls-like.
Yeah, I mean, as a canon game for the Souls games, this is all intended, obviously. We're now just sleeping a couple of more days. We're basically just TV shopping until the middle of summer. So we can definitely do a couple more donations, if there's any.
I do have a donation.
Yeah?
I have a donation. Yes.
Okay.
I have a $24 donation from Cow, who says, "Thank you for not buying me on this speed run of the Harvest Moon. Buying a TV, much better investment. Move."
The farm came with the TV.
Thank you, Cow.
Thank you, Cal.
Very, very good. I also have a $100 donation from some guy named Peanut, who says, 2,998, 2,999, 3,000. Am I doing this counting thing right? Thank you so much, Peanut. And with that, we have officially crossed over our goal of $3,000 raised for Save the Children. That is really, really incredible.
Oh
Thank
my
you so much,
God.
Peanut. Thank you everyone who's donated. It's really mind-blowing that even in just the first day of the marathon, we have raised $3,000 to protect disadvantaged children and mothers the world over. It's really, really incredible. Thank you so much, everyone. And let's keep those donations coming. We can raise even more money, and it'll be very good. We have a lot more Harvest Moon to play as fast as Ella can possibly play it. Let's get those donations in. And yeah, I'm buzzing right now. This is great. Let's go.
I'm trying my best. So what we just did is we warped ourselves into the inn in order to order the next item, which is a couple of shelves. And what we're doing now is we just sleep until Thursday. And so in summer and winter, there's a game mechanic that could potentially mess up our shopping days, which is storms. So storms can happen on any day during summer and winter. So what we do is we save on the Thursday, we check the weather on Friday because the weather is determined one day beforehand always. And if the weather is bad, we just reset. And then we just reload in order to get rid of the storm, potential storm. So we always save on Thursdays, which is now. I always save very slowly because I'm always so scared of making a mistake here. Basically, we're just going to bed here. And we're gonna go check the weather. Hello, weather. It's sunny. That's perfect. So we can just go to bed and play the next day. In case there would be a storm, we just had to reload the save and hope for better RNG next time. We're gonna go clear our item again. Zach is always delivering our item. Thanks for the shelves. And what we're doing now is...
Oops,
Sorry?
Ella.
Yeah,
So I was
what
just
we're
going
doing...
to say, similarly to this being the origin story of Renala, it is also the origin story for Storm King from Demon Souls, who causes us great pain in not being able to leave our home.
Yeah, that's pretty rude, actually. So we're doing the warp again here. As you can see, we're just loading up the inn and going in here. And ordering the item. There's no one here yet. Because it's 6 a.m. The inn is actually not even open. But not for us. Because we're sneaky like that. And that is like half of summer we're gonna spend just basically ordering item. It's gonna be one more round of ordering. And then the big gifting phase starts. Because it's gonna be Anne's birthday. And that kicks off us gifting Anne as much as possible so we can raise our affection to her. But yeah, we're doing the same thing again. We're sleeping until Thursday, saving, and checking the TV shopping on Saturday. What a life!
Chat has pointed out that Storm King also has counting present. That this game is where counting was also invented.
Oh, yes.
First video game to involve counting.
This one is all about counting.
You can trace like a clear pathway from every speedrun back to this speedrun, I think.
I think so too. It's a very multifaceted game that just sparked a lot of inspiration throughout the video game industry landscape.
It's unfortunate that on the speedrun we don't get to go to the Sen's Fortress level and see the swinging axes. That's on a different route.
It'd be a great way to like till the field efficiently, though, just like a bunch of pendulums.
That would help. I didn't have to do it per hand. Refrigerator. Wait, is that actually... No, that's not the item we want. We gotta clear first. We gotta watch again in order to get the kitchen. Because before we clear, and if I watch TV, and sometimes I do that before I clear the item, now we get the kitchen. So now we're gonna do the same thing again. If I could position myself correctly. I think it should be okay. Sometimes I'm a bit greedy with my positioning too. The later it gets into the run, the more... I don't know, I feel like the more the warping goes wrong, so I'm actually very happy that it goes right now. So we bought the kitchen, which is the item we need in order to make recipes, which is pretty integral for making Anne's favorite, which is truffle rice. Alright. And then we're doing one more round of sleeping. But this is now I think until winter, the longest period of time that we're sleeping. Until summer 17th. And now you also will know why I set my birthday on summer 17th at the beginning of the game. So summer 17th is actually Anne's birthday. But if you set your own birthday to the birthday of a bachelorette, the bachelorette will actually have the birthday a couple of days later. I think it's 5 days later. So Anne's birthday will have an alternative birthday of the 22nd. Actually, I'm not sure why we are not gifting on the 17th already, because we could get the kitchen here already. So maybe that's something that you know, Desert. Because Desert, if you don't know, routed this game and routed this run in particular, so I wouldn't be here without him. And he probably has all the insight into that.
Yeah, so there's a mechanic in this game. Ella might have already explained this earlier and I missed it. But every time you sleep without talking to somebody, there's a roughly 10% chance they lose affection. For bachelorettes, it's 200, and for regular NPCs, it's 2. That's because bachelorettes have an affection cap of a little over 65,000, and regular NPCs cap at 255. And delaying that 5 days might not seem like too much, but it actually adds up long term. Like having those 5 less chances at losing affection that early on is very important.
Yeah. So you won't know when it happens, but if at the end the heart doesn't turn as fast red as you would like it to, wait, let me just quickly set a farm warp save here. Because now we're stopping to go into, to warping into the inn, because now we're starting the gifting phase. Meaning that now we actually have to warp back to the farm more often, and we have to come here anyway until 7 AM to gift. So often it's just, it doesn't, you know, it's not tragic to then wait until 8 AM and then do some supermarket shopping, because we had to do that anyway. Alright. Actually not gonna talk to her here. guess I could have. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's often more weather dependent as well, how fast the heart turns red at the end. So when the heart turns red, we can make our proposal and we can trigger the wedding. And at the end, it's often like a little bit of a waiting game to do that. Okay, we're gonna go buy the oven. Amazing. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do our first round of gifts from the supermarket. We're gonna buy the second backpack. So now we're gonna have a maximum amount of slots, which is 8 in our inventory and 1 we can hold, so 9 items in total. We're gonna buy some chocolate and we're gonna buy some rice bowls in order to make some truffle rice, which is Anne's favorite gift. Each bachelorette has a set of gifts that they really like. Just like, you know, very similar to Stardew Valley, because obviously Stardew Valley was inspired by this game. I'm gonna buy the chocolates first. We're gonna buy 6 pieces. And then I'm gonna buy the rice balls. We're gonna buy 7. I like to buy 8, just because I'm gambling that I'm gonna get 1 additional truffle rice. Maybe 2, but we'll see. 1 should usually be doable. Gonna save. Load. And we're gonna warp back now. Oops. This one's a bit finicky. Here we go. So warping back from the supermarket usually is much quicker. Alright. And now we can go cook. And we're gonna make truffle rice, which luckily doesn't need any utensils, so it's just truffle and rice. And we're making 2 of them, because we have 2 truffles from the horse race. And then we're gonna go and wrap them. Let me take that 1 chocolate out again. And now we're gonna go back to the supermarket. This all has to happen before 10 AM because otherwise we're gonna trigger a cutscene. And we're just gonna wrap it up. Because, so in this game you can wrap things, and wrapping a gift gives it a multiplier of 25%. So in case of the chocolate gives us 500 affection points towards Anne. So that would be 625. And the truffle rice gives us 800 points, I believe. So with the gift wrapping, it gives us 1000 affection points.
Just like in real life.
Right? Are you someone who is like taking the wrap of gifts very like carefully, or are you just like, you know, just tearing it off?
I would like to be that person, but I'm like terrible at wrapping gifts. I try to speedrun wrapping a present because I don't enjoy wrapping very much. So it always ends up looking terrible. But I've received gifts, and I've seen like my fiance wrap gifts in a very deliberate, very you know, kind of meticulous way, and it really does add a lot to the affection score of that gift.
It does, especially when you choose a nice wrapping paper. Alright, we got all the gifts wrapped. I think I didn't forget anything. Bought the oven. So summer 19th is a quite intense day. In terms of things you gotta do. What we're doing today is safe because on the 22nd is Anne's birthday, so we want to make sure it's a sunny day. So we actually can meet her in the morning and we can give her the gift. If it's raining, we have to wait until 10:40, I believe, to actually see her in the inn. But it's sunny, which is perfect. And yeah, this gift is very important because if you gift someone something on their birthday, I think the gift is multiplied by 5. Not sure, Desert, if that's correct, but I think it's 5.
So it's actually 625%.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's worth 5 times more than a regular wrapped gift. So she's gonna get 5,000 affection rather than 800, or rather than 1,000.
Nice. Oh, that's perfect. So what I'm doing here is also, because all the gifts are wrapped and we can't distinguish them anymore, I'm making sure that I actually select the truffle rice here by just going into my backpack and selecting it manually. I just like to... I just don't want to rely on just taking any gift out and it then being chocolate. And here we are. And we gave her the gift, which is amazing. So that's all we had to do. And that's what we're gonna spend most of our time with now in the speedrun. Just giving her gifts, and especially chocolate. What a life.
And how many times have we spoken to her prior to this?
I think once. But from what
so is
Desert
this
just... Sorry?
Oh, I was just going to say, is this a real world thing as well? If I speak to somebody once, can I then give them a birthday gift and earn 5 times multiplier of affection?
I think it depends on the gift.
There's a lot of factors that go into that, I want to say.
I got my birthday next week, Cass.
Do I also
Could I,
need to buy a bigger house?
Could I read a quick donation?
Yeah, please.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
No.
very good riffing on the size of the house. That was good. But
Not at all.
I do have a $5 donation from Nino Keel. Thank you so much for that donation. And just to point out, even if you only got $5 to contribute to the Speed Souls Charity Marathon, that's great. $5, just $5, can provide education supplies for one child, giving them the tools they need to continue their education. $5 can also provide treatment for a child for pneumonia. Literally just by contributing $5, we can save children from terrible illnesses, we can further their education. It really is, this is the kind of charity where every little bit really does help. It really does go a long way. So get those donations in, and with that, I will kick it back to you guys to talk more about how to optimize giving chocolate to people to earn affection points, which is also good to know. It's educational, just like your $5 can further children's education. Watching the speedrun can further your education on how to wrap and give gifts, maximize affection.
Yes. No, it's so good, and I really appreciate you always pointing that out, because $5 do go a long way. And I always love the $5 or $10 trains at the marathons when they happen. So, you know, it really makes a big difference as us all together giving what we can. All right,
note of that chat
back to
where Anne likes chocolate, Ella likes donation trains.
Oh yeah,
do with that information
that's
what
right.
you will.
Yeah, do with, you know, you could raise my affection right now by starting a $5 donation train. In fact, I think that might be my favorite gift. Okay, we're gonna get the seasoning set here. Wait, it's the 26th, so we're gonna go gift Anne. Yeah, back to your house. I feel like if I think that would be fine. Like, you don't have to expand your house right away. That would actually puts up a lot of pressure.
I mean, it does seem like Anne is a bit, and I apologize for any Anne fans in chat, but it does seem like she might be a little materialistic in terms of the requirements in place for her to marry you. Would you say that's right, Ella?
I think if we would just not gift her and just talk to her, we would just not have this as a speedrun. So I think technically she's not that picky, but in order to, you know, sway her as quickly as possible, you know, it's not her fault that we're speedrunning this, right?
No, that's a valid point.
Also, Anne's super sweet. So Anne is kind of a little bit of a, I think you would say like a tomboy. And she wears like these cute overalls and she helps her dad working at the inn. Because according to the lore in this game, her mom died when she was little. And she seems to be very down to earth, to me at least, which is why she was my favorite as a child. Probably also because I was a bit of a tomboy. I grew up with 3 brothers. So kind of like always felt like relating to Anne quite a bit. More than to the other girls in the game.
Do you relate to the truffle rice gift box aspect of Anne's character at all?
Yeah, the chocolate actually, quite a bit. I do like chocolate.
Also, quick shout to, sorry to interrupt you, Ella, I didn't mean to.
No, not at all.
Just gonna give a quick shout to Not a Giraffe. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. And just a quick plug. Giraffe is going to be running at this very Speed Souls charity marathon. I think late tomorrow night, at least my time, he's going to be running Demon Souls, no Bowtech category. So, thanks so much. Welcome in, Giraffe.
Thank you, Giraffe. I'm very excited to see you run as well. Alright, we're just spending our time gifting now at the end of summer. That's all we're doing. which is fair. But yet, so fall is actually the longest month in this run because we actually do gift every day. At least like here we saved some time at the beginning to just like sleep through and just get the shopping items, but now the gifting. We're actually very lucky with the weather as well. We didn't get a storm or not a rainy day. Usually the rainy days you just go back to bed because we're not going to wait until 10 a.m. to gift. Those are the days you have to make up at the end. At the end of the run. You just have to make sure to... Like this run is can be pretty tight on money at the end. In case we're unlucky at the second horse race. But usually we do have the funds to buy another full round of chocolate with the wrapping paper as well. But then we just have to, you know, hope that that's enough. We'll see. I never had a run, and I've been doing this run like quite a few times by now. I never had a run where her heart would not turn red at the end of like giving her all the chocolate that we can buy. So I'm less worried about it, but it still is a marathon, so we'll see.
So a question I have percolating for you, Ella, or maybe for Desert, is like how much of this run would you say is just pure RNG and needing to get like good weather or the right stuff happening on the farm? Or whatever it is, like if you're grinding a PB or like going for world record, how much of it is just resetting to the random numbers that the game decides to crunch out?
So you go ahead. I'm just gonna go gift.
So I would say, if you're going for world record or a PB, maybe 75% of attempts are gonna die to luck, just because the initial horse race. Even though we have that race sheet, less than half of the patterns on that sheet are actually doable. So half of your resets are going to happen in the first 20 minutes there, and then later on having to deal with weather and storms and the affection decay, at least a quarter of your runs are going to die to that stuff. So yeah, I'd say about 75 to 80% of attempts are going to die to luck.
Yeah, it's quite tragic, especially the first horse race. Like, we were incredibly lucky earlier. It happens, sometimes, but mostly you're gonna reset or you're gonna hope for the second and third horse race to have a good pattern. But yeah, if you want to really go for VR or PB, then you will reset quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the name of the game. I mean, as like a speedrun community, especially, when you're running, you know, at a high level, going for world records and stuff, you definitely have to have some sort of love for the grind, I think. You know, like you have to kind of be willing to just take what the game gives you and just on one hand, it's like can be really brutal when you're just resetting to RNG over and over, but it can also be really exciting when you get that good seed, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Whenever I get a first horse race that is like perfect right away, I'm always getting like fired up. I'm like, okay, let's go. It's really cool.
Speaking of RNG, we've gotten some really good donation RNG recently. If I could read a couple of those. I'm not sure
please.
if now's an okay time.
It's a good time.
Great. I have a $20 donation from an anonymous benefactor who says, "Fantastic run, Ella. Congrats on the wedding."
Thank you. Thank you.
I also have $5 from Lala, who just sends a heart. Thank you so much, Lala. I really appreciate it. I won't
Thank you,
repeat all that
Lala.
stuff I said about how good it is to send $5 to save the children, but suffice it to say that it's very good. It really does make a real difference in people's lives, and it's really good to do. More people should do it. And on that note, I have $5 from Spacey, L1, who says, "Choo choo," and cow.
Choo choo and cow. I have a cow print jacket that I can put on.
We should have made that an incentive.
Next time. I can put it, I have it here actually, like right behind me. So if we can get a train going, I'll put it on. Put on the cow print jacket. It's a very good jacket. It's a denim jacket. So not out of actual cow, which is good. Okay. There's a playing Harvest Moon, where all our animals are happy and unbothered and just vibing, or in this run, not existing. Also, this was just like the priest. These old Harvest Moon games were pretty. There was always like a church and a priest, so they're like pretty. I don't know, Christian sort of branded, I guess. But we just ignore him. We're like, we don't have time for this music festival. Even though I'm gonna say the music festival is actually super fun if you ever get to play this game. The little festivals that are happening throughout the year, I feel like as a kid they were my absolute highlight. Just like attending them and just like seeing all the characters moving around and doing stuff. It's pretty cool. I really also like the fireworks festival in summer. Also, it's autumn now, in case you haven't noticed. So autumn started now. We don't need to save anymore because there's no storms in autumn, which is great. I'm gonna go get the knife. I'm holding something. Oh yeah, the seasoning set. Perfect.
So Demon Souls runners in the chat take note that if you run during autumn, Storm King is dormant. You don't need to fight him.
Yeah. That's it's actually a very good tip. So I don't know. I forgot what I wanted to say. That was very good. I appreciate that you like actually, you know, provide all these lore bits and bops. Oh, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. It's the 3rd. It's the music festival. I'm not supposed to be here. I should have just gone to bed. That's just how some days go, you know? Like, sometimes I should have just gone back to bed. I was so distracted by the amazing lore that we got.
Ella, but you have to stop pretending that I didn't learn all this lore from you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it's a rainy day, so we're not going out. And fall 5th is actually also a day where we cannot gift because this is the day of Anne's mom's death anniversary. This is the only time of the year where the inn is closed. But today is a sunny day, which is perfect, so we can go buy the knife. So if today would have been a rainy day, I would have saved. So in order, I would get a sunny day latest on Thursday, because we do need to order the knife this week, so we don't forget it. Because the thing is, if you forget to order one of the items in one of the weeks, it's actually going to throw you back quite hard. Because at the end, it just works out that we're going to be able to order the big bed before the year ends. But if you miss one purchase, we're gonna miss that last date, and then we're gonna have to go through New Year's, and we're gonna have to go through 1 week of where a carpet is sold that we don't need, and we can buy the bed, I think, around the 10th of spring. Like it's pretty long until we can reorder it. So it's very important to not forget to order here. I can work back. Yes.
It took us probably 2 to 3 years, I think, to find a route that actually got that big bed in year 1. We had no idea what caused the rug to spawn. So sometimes our runs would just randomly lose 20 minutes right at the end. But sometime in 2019, I think, we figured that out.
So what's the reason that sometimes you get the carpet or the rug?
So it's based on the week you start buying items and which week you skip.
Ooh.
So if you skip the same week consistently, you will always get the big bed or always get the rug.
I love that so much because I had no idea what causes the rug to spawn, and learning that right now is fantastic. Yeah. As I said,
I love hearing how these runs develop over time, especially for a game that's been around for so long. Like the fact that people came together and figured out that big of a time save, that big of a thing is wild to me. I love that stuff.
Yeah, the routing in these Harvest Moon runs is really an art, and I said it earlier already, but without, Desert providing the guides, just free to access online. You can find them on speedrun.com under guides, under this game. I would not have started running this game for sure. So I'm very grateful always that these resources are just out there, and every time I had a question, people are very wonderful to answer. So I think the Harvest Moon community is actually quite wonderful. And I highly recommend if you want to get into speedrunning. I think what was intimidating for me was, I think I already said that in the interview, right? But I've been watching GDQ since 2012. It's the thing I watch every single year. And I just never had the courage to go into speedrunning because it always looked very intimidating to me. A lot of glitching, a lot of pacing. But when I then tried out the first Harvest Moon run, I'm like, this is actually quite comfy. And even though sometimes I have to adjust my route and everything, or think about the things I'm doing, it's a very nice entry game, I think, into the world of speedrunning.
Yeah, and having that community aspect makes such a big difference. That's a big thing for me, speedrunning Demon Souls. It's feeling like you're not only challenging yourself and trying to beat your best times and move up the leaderboard, but also working with other people to figure out new strats and new routing. And it's a really special feeling. I think it's one of my favorite things about this crazy activity that we all do.
I think so too. And the first time I ran this game with notes, and it took me over 4 hours, but even the first time just running, I think you stopped by Desert, and I think Sam or Demo stopped by as well. And just the fact that you stopped by and I wasn't even part of the Discord yet was just so mind-blowing to me. It made me feel very welcome.
Oh yeah, we're always trying to find new Harvest Moon runners and stop in and say hey.
Yeah, go come join. It's a fun place to be. There's a lot of Harvest Moon games, and actually for the amount of time that they're around, I don't know if that's true for every game, but I feel like there's still a lot of optimization to be done.
Oh yeah, there is a lot of work left for at least half the games, I'd say, Could use a ton of routing and research.
Yeah, I want to learn how to do the research because I want to run some of the other games I loved as a kid. Like Harvest Moon DS would probably be the next one I would want to try out. Because that one's
DS is
the...
a really fun one with all those glitches.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't wait. Because that's
I
like
watching DS speedruns too, because you get to watch two screens at the same time. It's kind of fun.
Oh yeah, that's right. What I like about DS is that it's graphics-wise very similar to Mineral Town, which for me is like peak Harvest Moon aesthetic. I love the pixel art so much. And Harvest Moon DS is kind of like the spiritual successor of Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town. And I played...
in a few donations really quick.
Yeah, absolutely, please.
And I just want to warn you, Ella, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just the host. But I do think that we might have a cow jacket situation on our hands.
Oh my god. We do?
To start with, we have $5 from Cup K8 who says, 5 for the cow jacket. And building off of that, it just gets better and better. We also have $50 from Cass, who says 10 times 5 to get the Moo Moo Choo Choo going.
Oh my god.
I don't know how you can argue with that kind of logic, especially considering that $50 going to save the children can be used to pay for malnutrition treatment of one severely acutely malnourished child under 5 years old, literally saving a child's life, and all for the price of one cow jacket. We also have an even more insane $100 from Desert, who says, let's see that cow print jacket.
Desert, oh my god. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna go put it on. I'm gonna save a couple of... Wait, no, actually I can do that during the horse race. I have a good time where I can put it on. Sorry, we're very close to the horse race, so
that just sounds like optimization to me.
Optimization, always. All right,
I also
let's
like
do
the
that.
fact that Desert, you and I did not coordinate that whatsoever, but both donated for the cow jacket at the same
Y'all are
time.
so sweet.
that's pretty
Thank
funny.
you. Oh my
People
god,
want
that's
the
so
cow jacket,
generous.
many are saying.
You will get the cow jacket. I got it.
And on the topic of optimization and rerouting and things like that you guys were just talking about, I would like to tell a little story, Carter, that while we were in the Discord getting ready for this run, and you went AFK to go grab your drink or whatever it was you did, Ella came and was like, oh, I'm just doing some last-minute reroutes before the marathon. Literally 10 minutes before we went live, Ella was changing things about the run.
I was just optimizing the amount of chocolates we buy because I felt like sometimes you will leading up here, oh, it's a rainy day, so we go to bed. Leading up here is the next horse race, and before the next horse race, we actually empty our inventory, so we throw away all the chocolate that we have left over. And I was always throwing away chocolate, so I was wondering, okay, is that the amount of chocolate we should buy? So I actually adjusted the amount, because the run is very money sensitive, so saving the chocolate here is gonna make sure that we don't run into issues later. So this is the event I was talking about earlier. This is the one where we could get our rival Cliff a job at the winery, but we're just not gonna because not because we don't want to, but because we don't have time. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Cliff. You're on your own. You're an adult. I believe in you.
And because like most Soulsborne games, we want to get rid of patches as soon as we possibly can.
Yeah, for sure. Also, in
What
the
do you
first
mean?
time,
Patches is a great guy. He's magnanimous. He's a team player. He just wants to help you find some treasure.
Carter, my affection multiplier just went down. I'm just warning you.
the RNG DK happened. Oh no. I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh, no, that's great. Thank you.
It was probably something to do with how much you don't like patches, right, Ella?
Yeah, because I played all the Dark Souls games. All of them. Platinumed them. this the time where... No, wait, no, that's... I played Sekiro. That's considered a Souls game, right?
It's definitely a FromSoft game.
Yeah, it's a FromSoft game.
I bet you could get into some very overly intense arguments with a lot of people over whether or not it's a Souls game.
I heard about that, which is why I asked. But usually, I mean, we've seen
It's
a speedrun of
definitely a
it
good
already.
game.
It is, actually. I think I would love to learn how to speedrun that one. How does Sekiro
A lot of this
compare?
discussion is just making me imagine what, like, a From Software farming simulator would look like, and I think, like, kind of where I'm landing is basically just Minecraft.
Minecraft? Oh yeah, you have to like fight for your resources, yeah.
Yeah, like Minecraft, except, like, the Godskin duo shows up at night instead of the zombies.
Oh, what if we have to go save our cow or something? I would be motivated to save my cow from like the evil gods.
I think there's some potential there. Any game devs in chat, feel free to just kind of run with this.
It's,
Honestly,
basically just
farming...
like... Oh, sorry, Ella.
Farming sims are super fun. There is a series that actually embraces combat and farming, which is the Rune Factory series, which just got a new part last year, which is called Rune Factory 5. So it's the 5th one in the installment. I only played the 4th one. The older ones are for the DS, I believe. And there's a new one coming out from Square Enix called Harvestella, which is so funny because my name is Ella and it's Harvestella. And that one's coming out in November, so in only a couple of days. So apparently there's going to be some combat there too, and farming.
I've seen some Stardew speedrun categories that are actually like kind of exactly what we're talking about. I think there's one where the goal is to get to like level 30 of the mine or something. I was just talking about this with Mitch earlier, our Elden Ring runner, and it's almost like a similar speedrun setup to Elden Ring, where you basically like spend half the run like setting up and coming up with a really good sword, and then you basically just fight enemies until you're done.
Yeah.
I think that's like an interesting way to come at speedrunning a farming simulator.
I definitely can see the parallel. Yes, Stardew has a lot of categories. Oh my god, the heart just turned blue, which is amazing. As you can see, the little heart that is beating when we're talking to Anne, it changes color depending on the amount of affection points we're gaining. So every 10,000 points, I believe, it changes color. I think I'm gonna do a save here, just in case. Just in case. But usually I don't need one. So fall 18th is the second horse race. Now we have a little bit more money to gamble with and to bet with, so usually the second horse race is not a problem. But I had a run earlier when I actually got a little bit sweaty at the second horse race. But yeah, we just have to hope for the best. Oh wait, I need to toss extra chocolates. Let me not forget that. We're not losing any time here because we have to wait until 10 anyway for the horse race to start. We only had one chocolate left over, which is great. That was the one rainy day that we got. But here usually I would toss away a lot of chocolate if I would have overbought. I have to toss it because we need our inventory slots for brooches and truffles. I'm just gonna go check my money real quick. Should be like 15.6k, okay. We definitely need... I think all we could do is like maybe one more truffle. So what you can do here, depending on the leftover medals you have... Oh yeah, let me put on the cow jacket real quick. But depending on the leftover medals you have from the first horse race, you might not have to use any money here. And that means you can actually you have a little leeway in the items you buy. So usually you buy 33 brooches to sell for 66k. The rest is truffles, but then you can adjust, you can buy one more truffle and one less brooch, and depending on how much money you have. So we'll see. I'm gonna save here as well. Just let me not forget to make another save file afterwards at the farm again. But I'm sure we're gonna be fine. Alright. And it's horse race number 2. If I can get some luck in the chat, that would be amazing. Maximum amount we can spend is 8,500. I think this is actually already what we need. I hope number 3 is gonna win. Should... Oh, number 4. So if a different horse than 3 wins, we're gonna reset. Number 4 wins, it seems. So what we can do is now reset, and we're gonna load up that file again, and we're gonna redo the first horse race, because the first one is not random. It should be the same. Hopefully it's actually gonna be the case that the 4th one wins again, because that would solve all of our problems. And actually in this case I would only bet 90. Or actually maybe less. Oh, sorry.
This is actually a strat that can be used in real life as well. If you ask the man at the betting counter to make a save state before you place your bet, you can return to him if you lose and get your money back. A little known fact about horse racing in the real world.
Is this a total random race? Come on, number 4, you got this. Let's go, number 4. Let's go, number 4. No, not number 3. It's a random one, I think. Alright. It's a little unlucky, but the unluckiness had to strike us somewhere. I think I'm gonna try number 4 again. And if not, I might just not do the first one. Okay. I could do... Yeah, let's do it. Come on, number 4. We need some luck. Ah! Number 4 is behind again. No, we're on... Okay, okay. Let's go! Oh my god. No, number 3, no! Oh my god. Whew. Okay, good. So sometimes a horse race doesn't have a clear winner, and it will just be RNG, but this is perfect. This is way more medals than we could ever need. I probably didn't even have to spend half that money, but it's okay. And that means we actually spent... Let me just calc that real quick. We only spent 3,400 gold, so that means we had 15,900 minus 3,450. So we have 12k left, which is perfect. I think we could do 2 less brooches, but I kind of don't want to risk it, so I'm gonna do 1 less. So we're gonna have 1 more truffle rice. If this was not a marathon, I would probably be cocky and just say, okay, I'm gonna... But I don't want to like accidentally run out of money, just in case I miscalculate this. So I'm gonna buy 32 brooches and 6 truffles. So a lot here is just like calculating in your head, and it's scary. Alright. I think now it's time to count again, y'all. Your favorite part of this run.
Are we counting to 30 again?
Yeah, we're counting to 30 again.
Okay, I have a
chat.
big idea.
1, yes?
If somebody donates $30 when Ella says 30, I'll
2.
match it and also donate $30. Let's do it.
Oh my god, that's amazing. 3. 4. Let's go, chat. All the counting. If someone actually like donates $30, I will. My affection is gonna go right up. I think this was 5. I hope I'm still in rhythm. 6. It's not that tragic though.
Right when we hit 30. Let's do it.
7. 8. All right. 9. And we're almost 1/3 through. 10. And 11.
I was just about to say, can we get the count
12
after each number, please, Ella?
13. 14. The funny part is that you have an unironical count laugh, actually. 15.
Count laugh strats. I can't even handle it.
16. 17.
Feel free to join in with the count laugh.
I don't even think I can help myself. It just gets funnier and funnier. The numbers keep going up. I don't even know why.
You know what's funnier than 19? It's 20. 20.
All right, 10 to go. Somebody get that $30 dono up, chat.
21.
I'm ready to match it. Let's go.
22. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Any Taylor Swift fans? 23. 24. We're almost there, chat. Please get ready. 25. I'm also turning 30 next week, so $30 donation would be amazing. 26. I hope this is actually correct. 27. 28. 29. And it's time for the last one. 30. Oh my god. That was already 30.
Let's go.
Okay, how many truffles did I say? 6. 1. So I'm buying 1 extra. 2. 3. 4.
Oh, are we counting again?
Mm-hmm. But only to 6. 5. 6. And now we need 1 more brooch. So we got 32 brooches. Perfect. Hope this is correct. Hope we counted correct. That was fun. Now back to work. Aww. Okay. Let me just sell these. And the other brooch as well. Okay, cool. We got it. We did it. Oh yeah, I need to set a new warp point because I overwrote that file earlier. Can I just position correctly? Thank you so much. Amazing. Okay, we did the tough part of the game, I think. And
Yeah,
now...
we also just raised $60 for Save Without Children because not 1 but 2 of you mad lads, lasses, or anyone else threw in $30 to make me pay $30 for whatever stuff I just said about counting.
Oh my god.
Do you need a focus seller? Is now a good time to read donation?
No, it's a good time.
I have $30 from Natalie, who says 30 with great enthusiasm. I also have $30 from someone who's just named Do It Carter and sends a smiley face. So I will match one of those with a $30 donation of my own. And between the three of us, we actually just in that counting segment raised enough money to supply books to an out-of-school child who doesn't have any books. And that's just another example of the way that we are literally making a difference in people's lives while we watch Ella absolutely demolish the and marriage percent category of Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town. And that's all very, very cool to me. It really means a lot. So keep the donations coming, and thanks so much to everybody. And yeah, back to you, Ella.
Thank you so much. We just made a couple of truffle rice, which is Anne's favorite. We have 6 of them, meaning we're gonna go to the inn now, purchase the pot, and then also go purchase some chocolates and wrap the whole thing, and then we're gonna go gift Anne again. So it's pretty much back to normal in Mineral Town, you know, the usual. Can't gift her right now because I don't have a gift. I could technically talk to her though. I don't have to do it later. And now we're just waiting for the inn to open again. So fall actually takes quite a long time with all the gifting, so it's usually an hour that it takes me.
Well, Ella, I'll jump in with something I've just discovered.
Yeah, please.
So the brooch that you just sold,
yeah,
is a lily of the vale flower, right?
Is it? It might be a lily.
Well, it's a lily. It's a lily of the valley.
Yeah. Now that you say it, yeah.
Lily of the valleys are often known as Mary's tears, right? Which is obviously a link to Mary, who's also in this game. But I did notice that they're also red lilies of the valley. Red tear. Does that link anybody else to another Dark Souls reference that might have popped up somewhere?
Oh my god! And the birches are red. You're right. Also, Mary's
waiting on you
speedrun
to somehow work in Clever Rat. I'm waiting. I believe in you.
The Clever Rats are cut out of the run, unfortunately, because we brought the dog inside. He keeps the rats away. Because the rats are clever and they know not to go in the house while the dog is there.
Actually, it's also in Anne's, in the second floor of the inn, there's a cat. So in the Anne marriage run, that's actually double preventative. Preventive. I don't know what English is. Is that a word?
You know you'll think that I was joking about this being a prequel to the Soulsborne games, but I hope you guys realize that this is some deep research that I've dedicated my life to for the last hour and 30 minutes.
I'm very grateful for you. Thanks for letting everyone know how connected this game actually is to the Souls games. Because at first I was, I submitted this game because I saw someone last year run Hello Kitty. I think it was like a skater game and I thought it was so cool. So I was like, okay, maybe I can submit Harvest Moon. But then in the process I realized, wow, this is actually very connected to all the other games that you're seeing here. So we're just gonna gift Anne and we're just gonna warp back from here. Alright, here we go. And warping. Warping hasn't been too bad yet. I don't want to jinx it. Sometimes I just can't, I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes it just doesn't work as I want it to. I don't know if you probably know that from speedrunning as well. Like if you do it wrong once, you start to question it and then you're kind of becoming this self-fulfilling prophecy of just not landing the glitch or the trick anymore. And
I didn't want to bring up that have you nailed every single one so far?
The warps themselves, yeah, sometimes I messed up the positioning, I think. But overall, I think we're having a good score.
And I noticed this is a question you might have already answered. I'm sorry, but do you have to be exiting in the same direction?
Yeah.
Like you can't exit to a left transition and warp to a down transition?
Yes, so Desert explained it earlier already. You have to face into the same direction. Because that will, you know, I guess it's gonna make the game think that the loading zone is like equivalent, and we're just, like, we're positioning ourselves on like the very edge of the room. So we're basically already loading as we're loading the file up. It's a bit like when you learn this trick, you're gonna like start to like count the pixels a little bit and like count like the little distance to your shadow. That's what helps me the most to keep it consistent. Today is the sheep festival, but we don't have a sheep, so we're just gonna go to bed. But yeah, after a while you just know that. You just know how to position yourself with every other speedrun glitch trick as well. At some point you just have a feeling for it, or you just see it better. But for me that was a big achievement, because at first I ran this game without glitching, so without the warping, and at some point I was like, I really need to learn it. And then I bugged Desert and everyone on the Discord and was like, hello, I want to learn how to warp and I don't get it. And then you linked me, I think, Mr. Steal Your Gill's little video tutorial, and that really helped. So shoutouts to Mr. Steal Your Gill as well for discovering this warp.
Oh yeah, he's done a lot of work in this game. He actually found it originally using these stairs inside of people's house. If you don't have high enough affection with them, a dialogue box will open where they tell you, like, hey, you can't go in my room, like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
And that actually pushes you down a few pixels. So if you have a save above, like, an out-of-bounds area that you normally can't walk in, you can actually do the same glitch, and it'll push you out of bounds. And one of the alternate opening routes has you glitch into the winter-only mine in spring to get a pink diamond.
Ooh, amazing. That's so cool. I didn't even know that detail. Would that also be a way to get... No, I don't think you can get faster to Mary, right? The Mary speedrun has been really frustrating me because it takes so long.
Oh yeah, Mary is a harder one for sure.
Mary's pain. Mary's tears, yeah. To cycle back to the reference. I know I could also warp back here from like the little winery cellar, but I found it to be a little bit safer to just run back because I'm not accidentally messing up save files. And I think this time you save is very minimal. So I just actually run back from the inn every day instead of like warping back. Because it's really not that far. Okay, we're gonna go the mixer. Today is Saturday again, we're doing more TV shopping. So towards the end of fall, we're actually gonna get a lot of action into this run. There's events in this run called the Heart Events. They're little cutscenes that happen, and they will raise affection, and they also are a requirement for marriage. So in order to marry, I have to see them all. There's 4 different ones per bachelorette, and we're gonna start triggering them pretty quickly. Every heart event has a couple of conditions. Some of them have a weather condition, so it has to be sunny or rainy. Is there one with a rainy weather? Desert, do you know?
I think there are a couple that require
rain. But here most of them don't, or I think there's one that needs sunny weather, but the first 2, the weather can be arbitrary. But yeah, basically they happen at a certain time in a certain place. When I was a kid, I had no idea what just happened. But it was always like a really big success feeling for me when I triggered one. So I thought it was always super cool. And they're like little cutscenes where you get a little bit of lore. Oh, for a second I thought I was out of gifts. Okay, I just missed the control here. I should have enough gifts. All right. If you have a couple of donations, we can read them now. The next 3 days are very monotone until the 29th, and then we're gonna start triggering cutscenes.
Sure. I got all kinds of stuff I can talk about.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's honestly like just been so much love for this Harvest Moon run. It's been super fun to host it. Like there's just like chat has been awesome. The donations have been awesome. I do have a couple to read. I have $5 from Not a Giraffe, who sends a heart. Thank you so much, Giraffe, and thank you so much for that raid earlier. Make sure everybody who's watching now also plans to watch about, I guess, about just exactly 24 hours from now. Giraffe's going to be running Demon Souls. Any percent no Bowtech. It's a very, very cool run. So make sure you plan to tune in for that. And thanks again for the donation. I also have $30 from someone named Past Carter. I don't know who that is. But whoever it is, they said, "Thanks Ella, Desert, and Cass for the incredible run," smiley face. And obviously that was to match the very generous couple of $30 donations that brought us there's been so much happening in this run, I can't even keep track of it. The $30 donations were for counting. There was a whole other kind of smattering of donations that got us the cow jacket.
Oh my god, yeah. That's true, that was the $5 train. And the 50 and 100 from Cass and Desert.
It really just was not prepared for the sheer excitement of Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town, and Marriage percent.
Oh my god. I love this game so much, and I love the Harvest Moon games. They always have a special place in my heart because those are just the games I grew up with. My first one being Harvest Moon 2 on the Game Boy Color, and it just changed, I don't know, how I would look at games. Like, I just realized games can be very comfy and very comforting. And I don't know, I played this game so much. I remember I accidentally overwrote my save file as a kid, and I cried. And I went to bed, no. and I pretended that it didn't happen, and the next day I fired up my Game Boy and I was like, oh no, I need to start all over again. And it took me a day or two, but I actually eventually did start all over again because I loved the game a lot. All right, fall 29th is commencing. We're gonna count again. And this time we count to 50. It's gonna be really good. I'm actually so excited for it. It's gonna be good. We're gonna buy 50 cookies. Desert, maybe you can explain the mechanics that each bachelorette has, like the unique mechanic that will raise their affection too.
Yeah, so each of the bachelorettes in this game have an action that gives them 2,500 affection, and it caps off at 12,500 for all of them. It's 5 separate boosts. So for Anne, every 10 items you buy from the inn is worth 2,500 affection. For Karen, it's every 50 items you buy at the supermarket. For Ellie, it's every 15 days you go without passing out, starting on Spring 4th, which is kind of weird. Mary's is every 30 times you enter the second floor to the library, but only on separate days. And Potpourri's is something with chicken affection that none of us can figure out. But, yeah, Anne's is definitely the second easiest behind Ellie's.
Yeah. And we're in the counting. We're buying 50 cookies. 3. Chat, you can count with me if you like. 4. 5. This is also a great way to check your money and to know that you're actually good with money. We are good with money because we're having 62,800 left over when we're done with this. So I usually just remember the first number when we enter the menu for the first time, and then I just buy cookies until we're at 62,800 something. Because, I just bought the wrong thing. Some water after the cookies, actually, that's pretty good. And yeah, it's basically just counting till 50. 10. That was number 10. 11. I mean, we don't have to count, but it's kind of funny. 12. Any 50 matchers in the chat? I mean, I can ask, right? When we get to 50, I could call it out.
A 50 matcher would be unprecedented in terms of how cool that would be.
I'll match the 50. If anyone donates $50 when we reach 50 cookies, I'll donate the 50 after the run.
Oh my goodness, chat. You heard it here first. $50 matchable donation. And that $50 matched to $100, like we just mentioned, is enough to supply books to an out-of-school child who doesn't have any books. Imagine if you didn't have any books, and then you did because Ella played Harvest Moon this fast. That's like one of the coolest things in the universe to me. And we can make it happen if somebody's
make
ready
it happen.
with their finger on the trigger and $50 ready to go to save the children. Great cause. Let's do it.
Is a great cause. Yeah, if anyone... It also actually raises my affection even further. So, you know, it's a good thing. We're learning so much in this run. I think we're gonna reach 30 very soon.
Sorry, Ella, are you eating all of these cookies?
We're eating all of them. You actually cannot transport them, which was very frustrating to me as a child because I was like, I want to take these cookies and give them to someone else, but you just eat them. They give you energy. But yeah.
It also makes me uncomfortable that the plate disappears.
Does it? I actually never thought about that. You don't eat plates in Australia? Weird.
It's a paper plate, more fiber.
Yeah, more fiber. You know, at Taco Bell, like whenever I'm in the US, I go to Taco Bell because I love Taco Bell for the fact that it is so... I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone, but it's like trashy and I love it. It's so great. And I always get like the taco salad because the bowl is actually a big taco and I can eat the bowl. It's so good. It's my favorite thing.
Trash and I love it is the correct Taco Bell opinion, at least for me.
I also love a good crunch wrap.
Sure.
Also very good.
I also really like to imagine that like somebody actually going to some sort of bakery and just buying one cookie on a plate at a time, eating the cookie and just like smashing the plate and then buying another one 50 times.
50 times. And he's actually so, like Ron Swanson or Doug is actually so excited about it. Actually, Banj pointed out that Doug looks like Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec.
Although that would explain his eyebrows. If a customer continually do this, I can understand his frustrated facial expression.
I just can't unsee it. I can't unsee it now. And I think we are now reaching 50. I'm gonna buy one more just for reaching 50. If anyone would like to match. Actually, I don't remember the exact number, so I'm just gonna go with 62 something. I think it was 62,800 and something, but just making sure that we ate enough cookies. All right, and now we're gonna go buy some chocolate. I'm gonna go check my backpack real quick, but my backpack is empty, so we can actually buy 9 chocolates here, or 8 actually. Let me in! This is like the meme. Like this entire run is the let me in meme. We're just waiting. And I'm actually running against the door here because after a couple of seconds, if we're idling, the player goes into like a sleeping animation and then it takes us some time to wake him up. So it's actually nicer to keep him occupied somehow. Okay, let me buy 8 chocolates. Perfect. And then we're gonna go wrap the chocolates as always. I wish wrapping was that easy, but I guess we're paying for it, so maybe Jeff is actually doing it. I learned how to wrap gifts in middle school.
I feel like that's a lot better of a skill than we are taught in Australia.
I was at... I don't know if I can bring that up now, but I was at a Catholic boarding school, and that's why I'm gay now. Right. That's how it works.
Wrapping presents was part of the curriculum.
Yeah. Well, we had to wrap our own books, and then we had to learn how to wrap gifts. But it is a very good skill. I'm just saying that I'm still not very good at it, because it's been quite a while. I think I could still do it if I would really try it, but it takes some time to perfect that skill. So I think I did gift Anne in the morning, as far as I remember, because we had one leftover gift from the rainy day. And now we're just waiting for Anne to enter the inn, and then we're gonna go trigger some cutscenes. So we're just following her. Very don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Okay, and here's the first cutscene, and we're basically just skipping over it. It's just Anne talking to us and asking her dad to give us some free food, which we're not gonna say no to, because who would say no to free food?
Because
Especially
we're a bottomless
after
pit who just ate 50 cookies and can still eat more.
I was about to say we just only ate
sorry.
50 cookies.
We should have coordinated our jokes in advance.
Oh no. No, this is great. Yeah.
Your
More
relationship with
food.
Anne is very, very food focused. Like, you have a clear love language here.
Honestly, I love that for us.
Like,
I
she
think
seems
there's-
like the kind of person that you could just walk up to and be like, hey, I just ate 50 cookies.
Yeah, and she's gonna be
"I
like,
love that."
There's actually gonna be a cutscene later that's gonna be very funny in that regard. So here we just say that we like cleaning, which is totally the truth. This is the cap, by the way, as well. Alright, and now we're just gonna warp back to the farm if I could position myself properly.
The cat's name is also A.
Yeah, no, it's B. No, stop. I can't warp if I'm laughing. It's just one of the laws of the universe. I can't warp. You can't warp when you're laughing. Okay, now we save again because the first of winter is commencing, which could be a potential storm day. So yeah. We need a sunny Saturday here as well. Like, we definitely need a sunny day. So we might have to reset a few times here. No, we do not. That is perfect. Okay. So today is the day where we're gonna buy the second house expansion, which we're gonna do at Gots again, at the carpenter in the mountains. And because Gots opens at 11, this is the perfect day to also trigger the next cutscene, which is gonna be the one that I was talking about, because basically, and I'm gonna like spoiler you a little bit because it's gonna happen very fast because I'm just skipping through it. But basically, Anne has a stomach ache, and Doug is like super worried because he obviously lost his wife, so he's overly protective of Anne. And that also means that that obviously, like, he's very, very worried. And then it just turns out that Anne just ate a lot of food.
I wonder whose fault that is.
I wonder whose fault that is. Actually, let me go in direction of the lumberjack. I think I did buy the mixer, right? I hope I did. If anything, I can check later in the inn again. But I think I did buy it. I had to laugh so hard. Now I don't remember if I have a mixer. But that's fine. We have to go back to the inn anyway. So we're just waiting here for Gods to open up. Please. It's gonna take a while. I'm just running
Maybe
around.
while we're waiting for Gots to finish
Oh, yeah,
cutting
yeah.
down some trees. got any donations, Carter, go for it.
I have a question, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
For Ella and maybe for Desert. I'm curious what the what's the most challenging thing about getting into speedrunning Harvest Moon for you, for the two of you? Like, what's been like the biggest hurdle, either mentally, technically, whatever, that you've had to overcome to get to this level?
I would say the hardest part is the routing and having to memorize so much stuff, because some of these games have like so many small things you're doing that you can't really have notes for all of it. So you kind of have like a general idea you follow, and you're gonna have to adjust that on the fly depending on the luck you get. So if one day is raining, you might have to switch a couple of the things you do to a different day without necessarily losing time. So yeah, I'd definitely say routing and just having a good general knowledge of the game so you can adjust that route during the run.
Yeah, for sure. I think for me personally, counting is the hardest. Okay.
That's why she relies on chat as much as she does.
You seem so practiced at it. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, it was hard work, honestly. It's hours and hours of dedication. I think also the fact that the runs are pretty long. And they're hard to recover when you make a fatal mistake. I think.
Yeah, resetting a 2.5 hour run is burdensome,
some things
to say the
some
least.
things are salvageable, but some are not. Anna's like, oh my god, thank you so much. And her heart is orange now, which is great. That means we're actually on track. And she gives us her broken play box thing. I'm gonna just quickly check if I made the call here for the mixer. Okay, I did. Just making sure, and then we're just gonna go back. If I could position myself properly again. Here we go.
Another thing I can shout out really quick, which I don't think I've mentioned yet this run. In addition to donating, there's some other ways that you can support SCM and Save the Children. One of which I think is very cool, is we have a bunch of merch. Actually, let me put the link in chat really quick. If you type !point merch, I think it will take you to the link. There's a lot of really cool original designs. We've got beanies, we've got coffee mugs, we've got stickers, t-shirts, sweaters, all kinds of stuff, really. And any merch that you buy through this Stream Elements store goes directly to support Save the Children. So it's basically as good as donating, plus you get a cool t-shirt. It all goes directly to save the charity. And these are, I mean, these people are doing incredible work. They're making huge difference in people's lives who need it, people who really need it most, I would say. And I don't know, to me it's a win-win. You get a cool shirt or a hat or whatever really tickles your fancy, and you get to contribute to a great cause and a really cool marathon where we play Harvest Moon really fast.
Yeah.
And that's all really good stuff, if you ask me.
I really do love the designs, and I'm definitely gonna get myself one of those t-shirts. I really like the back print one. The one with the, that says Speed Souls 2022. It has the print on the back. I think I'm gonna definitely get that one. It looks really beautiful. Okay, we buy the whisk, and now that Anne's heart is orange, we get a new item in the supermarket, which is called the Blue Feather. The Blue Feather is basically what the mermaid pendant is in Stardew Valley. So the concept isn't new. You buy an item in order to propose to your selected bachelorette, but we can only propose successfully when, once again, we have the red heart, we have seen all the cutscenes, and we own the big bed. Alright, got it. And now we're gonna go trigger the last heart event at 10:40 at the inn. So we're just gonna wait around for a little bit longer. And the last heart event is basically getting Ron Swanson's blessing. He basically asks us if we like Anne, or if we only like her as a friend. And then Anne comes in and she realizes what's happening and she's gonna get super embarrassed and run away, so to say. She's like, Dad! But it's very cute. I love these cutscenes. I'm so sad that we have to skip over them. Something else I'm sad we have to skip over is that each bachelorette actually has a sprite with a bridal dress and actually like the picture as well, and we're gonna skip over that too, and you only see it once in the game, which is so sad.
I really like your synopses of them, though. Those are helpful.
Yeah.
It's
I
important
like
to know the lore.
her. Yeah. I like how every girl just has their own sort of like story and the people they're involved. Anna's just mainly involved with like helping out at the inn and helping her dad, and now she's like super mad. But you know, it's okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, just if I can jump in quick, Ella, the blue feather is something many of you may recognize as the dark feather from Dark Souls 2. Obviously, the use is different in this game as it is in DS2, but it's the descendant of. Ignore the image of it in Dark Souls 2. The blue fades to yellow over time.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I totally see what you mean here, and I'm glad you're bringing it up. Winter is really easy. We're nearing the end of the run. We are mainly sleeping throughout the winter. We're only buying items, which is why I often will do resets for sunny Saturdays, so I can do both the buying and the gifting at the same day. Now, this is one of the situations where Desert also said, like, we can adjust. We can technically go gift and order the item on another day as long as it's sunny. I like to do it on those Saturdays just so I don't forget. This is something I just probably do for the marathon to make sure I'm not missing to order an item, because that would throw us back quite a bit. And usually resetting doesn't take as much time, and we're not risking that we're gonna have a week without any good weather, which happens quite often in the winter because, as you can see, there's just a lot of snowfall, and snowfall is basically the same as rain. So what I like to do here is save, check the weather for sunny, and then reset if it's not sunny. And if it's a storm, we reset anyway. Oh, it's sunny. Nice. Oh, the luck has been really good today, actually. All right. Alrighty. So what we're doing now is we're gonna get the rolling pin. Gonna go clear, get our whisk. And then we have the same procedure as the other days. We gift, and now we're hoping that the decay is not gonna be too much. We have a couple of days now where we don't talk to Anne, so technically there can be invisible affection drops, which means at the end we might have to buy additional gifts. But,
invisible affection drops.
Yeah, so you can only see the affection by the heart color, but the heart color only changes every 10,000 points. So I think the affection decay is 200 points, so you wouldn't necessarily see that right away. Like, it's just something where at the end, if the heart doesn't turn red for a while, you're like, oh, we had some drops, probably.
Just like in real life.
Yeah, when they're not communicating with us, we're just gonna have to guess. They're sending us mixed signals, you know, and sometimes that's just all we can
you
do.
just have a little affection decay on the order of 200 points at a time.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Could I sneak in one quick donation?
Absolutely.
I have $10 from Infinity, who points out that the charity, which Save the Children, is actually super, super cool. The money actually goes towards helping people, not advertising. And also says, good luck to everyone. Catajam. Thank you so much, Infinity. Very generous. I appreciate it. As do we all. And we, as Ella pointed out, are getting kind of close to the end
Yeah,
of this very, very excellent Harvest Moon speedrun.
it's
So if
winter,
anyone
yeah.
has any donations that they've been sitting on, if anybody wants to make me say stuff, now is your chance. I'll say nearly anything.
Including the
if
words
you
moo and cow.
donate to save the children.
Yes, yes. We are coming up. The end of the run can sometimes... So usually the run ends on the 2nd of spring, so on the 25th. If everything goes right, we can make a proposal. However, sometimes with the affection drops and a couple of missed days, it's very normal that we might have to do a couple of additional gifting days. So that usually pushes the time up a bit. But you know what? We'll see what's gonna happen. The important part is to buy the big bed on the 22nd. I'm actually also gonna check my money in a second just to make sure that I can buy it. I need at least 11k at this point, but I think we should be very okay money-wise. Just like to check it real quick. Yeah, perfect. 24k. Let me check the weather. I think I'm gonna load here. And I'm gonna wait for a sunny day. That's just a personal decision. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Speaking
Desert?
of the weather, winter is actually the worst season for that. Not only is there a 30% chance of snow, but also a 5% chance of a storm each day, compared to spring and fall, which is only a 30% chance of rain, and summer, which is a 10% chance of rain, with a 5% chance of storms. So having to do winter right at the end here is definitely rough.
Yeah, usually winter also determines the time that you're gonna get at the end. But we did get a good sunny day at the second try. I think the worst I reset here for a sunny day at some point was like... And I did that during the week because I already waited a couple of days for a sunny day, so I would like adjust dynamically, but I think I reset like 7 times or so. It was not fun. But we are lucky here at this marathon. We'll see. I'll give another gift, then we're gonna go buy the mirror. And then we are gonna buy the big bed the week after. But yeah, winter is also very dreamy in Harvest Moon. Something I missed profoundly in this game in particular is I think that you cannot buy and sow out any seeds in winter, which you could do in Harvest Moon 2, which was the game I played previously as a kid. So you have winter seeds there, but in this game you just cannot. But you have other things like the winter mine. You can go mining and get your money otherwise. And I think I started to appreciate winter more, being more like of a down month. I think it's very similar in Stardew Valley right now. Just gonna warp back again this time. Earlier I messed up the positioning so bad, I hope nobody saw that. But yeah. Oh, I forgot to set the in-warp save. That's okay though. It's just gonna cost another minute or so. So usually you would, early at the inn, you would like do a save at the inn again. So for the last purchase, you can actually go in because we're not gifting Anne on that day. Even though I'm actually going to check our gifts and see if we can. I'm going to see how many gifts we have left because if yes, we can give her another gift, I believe. Because we definitely had some missed days, so I'm assuming that we will have to do some extra days either way. We're just gonna save on the 20th again. Oh, today is a storm, as you can hear. So this is the day where we cannot watch TV and we cannot leave the house either. Those days suck. They're like just lost days, basically.
Not watching TV during a storm is such a late 90s, early 2000s thing.
All right. No, it's definitely a vibe in the Harvest Moon games for sure. It was kind of similar. Oh my god, we're so lucky we get a sunny day. Harvest Moon 2 had the same thing, but the storm days were actually scheduled. But there was like a little thing that you could do to get around them. You could go and get a quote from the carpenter on that day, and the storm day would just be... I think it would be postponed, I believe. I'm not entirely sure anymore. It's a pretty old game. And now here we go. Wait. Oh, why do I not get the bed? Oh, what happened? Wait, shouldn't I get the bed right now? Is it not Saturday?
Oh, the house extension isn't done. I just realized. Oh no.
Oh no, I forgot the house extension. Oh my god. Do I have a file to load up here? Oh my god. Oh, I can't believe I forgot this. Wait, when was that supposed to be done? It was Friday, fall 30th. Do we have some extra time to do this? Winter is fairly quick, and I think I do have a save file. For
You're well
winter
ahead of schedule.
first. Well ahead? Okay. Because
About 22 minutes ahead of estimate.
I think I can salvage this. If it's okay for production, of course. But yeah, missing this is pretty bad. Pretty bad. So we're gonna do the cutscenes again. I can, yeah, I could load this up. And we can actually finish the run. It shouldn't take too long. Alright. No, that is my bad. And that's exactly what I mean. Like, if you miss one thing, and I'm not sure how that happened. I guess I just forgot to click it. But yeah, the house extension wasn't done. I think doing this again is faster than going through the entirety of spring. Because I have to go through the entirety of spring to get the bed. Oh no. Okay. We're gonna see some double stuff right now, so in case... Any donation. But
I
it's
always
basically...
wanna read any donations. Let's see what we got here. I have $5 from Unkyra, who says, "Go Ella go!"
Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe we forgot this. Yeah.
It's classic marathon.
Classic marathon.
Anytime you're in a marathon, you have to assume that anything that can go wrong is gonna go wrong, and anything that you didn't know could go wrong, that you've never even thought about before, is also probably gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
But no, we are doing just fine on time, so don't sweat it.
Okay.
And considering the horse races we got, something had to go wrong, Ella.
Right. It's very true. Okay, we're just gonna go save here.
And I'm sorry, but having to retry bosses is a very Dark Souls thing.
Very true. Okay. Yeah, at least we're gonna see all the cool...
Like buying a house extension is basically the crystal sage of this game.
Yeah. It is not possible without the house extension. I don't know why I also didn't notice it. I guess I just didn't pay attention. I was having too much fun. Okay, it's I need a sunny day actually for the hard event to happen, so we have to reset a couple of times. But this is exactly what I meant earlier. Like, the winter is just ruthless like that. Okay, another reset.
Is it possible we can shift the blame onto Gots?
Onto who? Onto Gots? Yeah, probably. No, it was absolutely... It was absolutely... Oh my god, I'm not... See, I'm not getting a sunny day now. It's happening. It's happening.
Blame me if you want. Like, I don't see any definitive evidence that it's not my fault somehow.
No.
I mean, of all the people in this call right now, Carter, you're the one who probably should know best.
Yeah, exactly. I allowed this to happen on my watch.
We are not getting lucky with getting a sunny first winter now. Hello? Yes, thank God. Okay. Okay, we get the sunny winter. Gonna do a couple of things again, and this time I'm not gonna forget to buy the house extension. I promise. I'm gonna take extra care. But yeah. I want to say the classic. This never happened to me before, and it really did not. But
Oh man.
oh, great.
All right, Ella. When's the point that we reveal this is actually just RNG manipulation?
What do you mean?
That we did
What
this
kind of-
intentionally to get better weather later on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I had to make sure that I'm not beating my own world record in this. We were actually on a very good pace. I have a timer running. It's okay.
If you think about it, every reset is intentional because you have to do it until you get your PB run.
True. Alright, now we're gonna wait for GOTS again. And hopefully this time I don't forget to buy the house extension. I should have actually seen that because I had way too much money. When I checked earlier, I had 24k. I should have had 14k. It should have been suspicious to me. Because the house expansion is 10k. But I have to disappoint you. We're not at the point where we can count anymore. It's, that's all done at this point already. Unfortunately.
I mean, we could count anyway for no reason.
I guess we could. We could count the second that it takes until GOTS shows up here. When the...
I don't think any of us can count that high.
Yeah, it's pretty long. There's actually an event in this game where GOTS actually refuses to do any more work. And I'm actually never sure how to solve that one because I think it happened to me as a kid and I was so confused and suddenly I couldn't ask him to build things anymore. Maybe you know, Desert, what that event is. But I think at some point he's like super frustrated.
I think that's based on his affection, but I could be wrong.
Oh.
Like if you get into a certain affection threshold, he stops, so you have to like gift him more and raise that higher, and then eventually he starts working again.
Oh, I see. 7, and then 7, and now we buy the house extension. Maybe I just forgot to press A earlier and I pressed B too quickly. But now we're gonna go back to the inn. And we're gonna go trigger that heart event. I'm also gonna make sure that I did order the mixer, just like I did earlier. But I made the save file actually after buying the cookies. Alright, and here we go. This is cutscene number 3 again, the one where Anne just had too much food and we have to bring her to the clinic. And now we're like,
while
hi.
we're rewatching this... Oh, sorry, Ella, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, not at all. Please, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, while we're rewatching this cutscene, I can go ahead and point out that we are we have broken into $3,300 territory, which means that we're only $33 away from being only from being 1/3 of the way to $10,000 raised, and we're only on the first day. So I'm not a great speedrunner, but I know a little bit about pace, and I can definitely say that we are on pace to raise a really, really humbling and staggering amount of money to save the children, if we can keep it up. So we're coming close to the end of this Harvest Moon speedrun. If anybody wants to get some donations in, now is a great time. We've already raised $3,300. Every $1,000 that we've raised so far is enough to provide a tanker truck of clean water for a remote village during a drought, saving lives. another $1,000 can provide a child-friendly spaces kit in the United States, where I live, to ensure that children in a shelter during an emergency have a safe place to play and be kids. Also making a huge difference for disadvantaged kids so that they can play and have fun, just like we're doing right now, watching Ella play Harvest Moon. So that's my pitch. That's my final, perhaps, pitch of this run. Let's get some donations in. Let's break through that 1/3 of the way to $10,000 barrier. And yeah, Ella, it's all you.
Yeah, we are in winter again. Sorry for the duplicate part of this run, but we're doing pretty much the same thing as earlier, and winter should be fairly quick. We are a little bit behind on affection because her heart is only yellow at this point. It should turn orange fairly soon, I hope. We cannot buy the blue feather today, unfortunately. We need to buy it on another day. Because her heart is not orange yet, but we'll get there, I'm sure. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. The next couple of days should be okay. But I do need to buy the... I need to go trigger the heart event today either way. It's a bit unfortunate that we can't buy the feather, but it's only gonna be another minute or so on one of the other days once we hit the orange heart. But usually we actually would want to hit the orange heart on this day, so this is a file where RNG was not as kind to us as earlier. And we gotta wait a little bit for that. But we're still gonna wait around here and trigger the cutscene, because for that we only need the yellow heart, not the orange heart, which is good. And then we have all the cutscenes done, and the rest is pretty much just gifting and clearing the last couple of items in the extended house this time. So we might go slightly over time or overestimate.
Hey,
but
at
it
least our
shouldn't.
house is extended.
Right? At least that.
Does that include the larger bed that we need so that we can put more dogs in it?
We don't have the bed yet, but we can buy it now. And then we can put all the dogs in, which is great. Alright. I like her. I'm also so paranoid of like now selecting the wrong thing. And I think that would cost us affection. So it's pretty bad. You really don't want to select the wrong things or forget to select things in this run. But I think just like the JRPG runs, this is just like one of those runs that is just a bit finicky in that regard. Just gonna go make sure that I actually bought the whisk, because I think I did. Okay. And now we're just gonna warp. Actually, we might actually have the orange heart now. Are we triggering the caring cutscene? If we go in now, we might... No, we're not. Good. Okay, now we can buy the blue feather, because now thanks to the heart event, the heart turned orange. We actually don't have to do an extra day for this, which is great. Now we're just gonna warp back. But that's exactly what I mean with like the adjusting how we run based on what happens.
Oh, it's a great showcase of what can go wrong.
Yeah.
It's
That is
educational, like we've been saying.
true. Even though I wish it wouldn't have gone wrong. But yeah, hopefully we don't have to do too many extra gifting days. Gonna check my money in a second as well.
Is now an okay time for a couple donations?
Yeah, absolutely. This is actually the
That
perfect time.
is awesome, because guess what? I have a couple donations.
Nice.
Let's see. We've got $10 from Standby, who says, "Go donate!" And I agree. I could not agree with that more. Let's go.
Thank you,
Let's donate.
Standby.
It really is for a great cause. Standby, thank you so much for the generosity. I appreciate it. I also have $34 from an anonymous donator who says, "I'll cover the extra dollar, so we're ahead of pace." And with that, we have officially broken over 3333. We are ahead of pace to raise $10,000 over the course of SCM with over $3,333 raised for Save the Children on our first day. Well, it's kind of still the first day where I'm at. Depends on your time zone, but that's still very, very impressive. Thank you all so much for the generosity, for supporting this awesome charity, and for supporting these awesome speedrunners like Ella, who is coming around towards, I want to say, the home stretch of Harvest Moon.
Yes, yes, yes. We're ordering the last 3 items now in winter, and then hopefully we don't have to do too many extra gifting days. The rolling pin. We'll see. I'm assuming we have to do a couple of extra ones. I'm actually gonna check my money after buying the rolling pin, because I think that I need 11k for the items, which is gonna let me determine how much chocolate I can still buy. And if I need to go ship some extra stuff, maybe some honey. But yeah, we'll see. For now, we're just gonna keep it rolling with the rolling pin that we're gonna order in a sec. All right.
An actual rolling pin, Ella, not an avocado pit?
It's an actual rolling pin.
Cool, I just wanted to clarify, thank you.
Do you want to tell the story?
Do you want me to tell the story?
You can absolutely tell the story because I think it's hilarious.
I want you to tell the story.
Okay, so I am not great in the kitchen. Not in any stretch of the word. And my partner, my ex-partner, was wonderful in the kitchen. She always cooked for me, and I always cleaned. That was the deal. I would do the dishes afterwards. One day, I am washing, drying, putting away the dishes, and there's this weird circular rolling pin. And she owned a lot of utensils that I had no idea what were. She was Maltese, so cooking was a very big part of their life. And I spent a good solid 5 minutes trying to find where this little circular rolling pin went. And I called out to her and I was like, "Babe, where's this little ball rolling pin go?" She had no idea what I was talking about, so it turns out I had washed, dried, and was attempting to put away an avocado pit.
Great. I think it's a very funny story. Also, the fact that you probably have never seen an avocado pit before is like...
Well, I don't like avocado. I don't like avocado. It's not something I seek out on a regular basis.
As a Southern Californian, that notion is very, very confusing to me. I probably eat like 3 avocados every day or something. It's unavoidable.
I do like avocado. But yeah, when you're in Southern California, that's for sure. Oh my god, we have a snowstorm because of course. Come on, weather RNG. Let us progress, please. We now have space for the big bed. No. 2 storms? That's 2 5% chances in a row. Of course. We can't be as lucky as in the first attempt. Okay. Come on, game. No. Okay. It's just me going to bed. This game very much sums up to that. Do you ever go to bed in Dark Souls?
Yes, you do. There's one bed in Dark Souls, which is a coffin, and if you lay in the coffin, then you wake up somewhere else. It's very spooky.
I mean, there's also a nest in Dark Souls 1, which is a bed for birds.
Yeah, you don't really go to bed in the nest. You kind of have a sit in the nest.
I see. What do you do in the nest? Like,
The nest is
why
great.
are you...
The nest is so exciting. I honestly don't even want to spoil it. You should play Dark Souls and go to the nest.
Okay. Just got a sunny day, finally. All right. And now this is the rolling pin. Now we would go get the mirror.
I also
check
like
the
that we are
TV
at
now.
constant red heart with the dog.
Right, I think so too.
Because red heart is maximum, correct?
Red heart is it's a little animation that shows that this is actually giving us affection. Other animals have it too when we talk to them, or when we, for example, when we milk or brush our cows. So it's like this little animation that plays that shows you that the affection is just going up a little bit. Alrighty. We have to do a couple more gift days. How many gifts do I have left? 4. Okay. I might just sneak in some more gifting days throughout the week if there's a sunny day. In order to avoid them at the end. Because we definitely have to do a couple extra ones.
I know it's like just beginning to become morning in Europe and places of that nature. Do you want to maybe give a quick summary of where we're at in the run and what we're doing for people who might just now be joining?
Oh yeah, that's right. So we're currently in winter, so the run is pretty much wrapping up right now. Let me actually go here and... Wait, actually I'm gonna reset for another sunny day. I'm not gonna make a save file here. I'm gonna warp back. So we're trying to get the last couple of affection points with Anne. We pretty much just wait for her heart to turn red at this point. Because it just turned orange earlier. It's gonna be roughly 10 gifting days for that to happen. And I think we did like 3 or 4 now, so there's a couple more gifting days we need to do. I think I'm gonna go gift something today as well, because it's a sunny day. I'm gonna utilize that. I'm just gonna make sure that I have 1 gift ready for the end. And in case of that, we need to go buy more chocolate. But hopefully it's not gonna be as bad. We'll see. So this is like the RNG element of the run very much. As explained earlier already, the affection can go down on any day we're not talking to her or gifting her. But at the end of winter, we are still like pretty much having the bad weather RNG. So I'm using the sunny days now that we are getting to at least do the 3 more gift days. Give the last gift on the 20. That's actually a good idea. I might want to keep a second gift. Or I actually might want to buy more chocolate on one of the days now. Just in case. Oh, we have another sunny day. Now we got the mirror. That means we are going to be able to buy the bed. Which is great.
Storm King is pleased.
Storm King is pleased, yes. No storms so far.
Storm King is gone. Storm King's over in Boletaria now.
Where's that? Is that far away or?
Boletaria is where Demon Souls takes place. I imagine it's this world, just many, many years later.
Ah.
Yeah, exactly. It's after a couple of apocalypses and plagues and stuff.
Okay. We can do 1 more gift day, I believe. If we do 1 more gift day, I'm gonna do that on Saturday. I'm gonna buy chocolate, yeah. So I can do 1 more gift day on Saturday. I would buy more chocolate. I'm just like trying to adjust the run as we go. It's another sunny day. I think I can do another gift day now. Now we get the good weather. Nice.
Better late
Earlier
than
we
never.
had to... Yeah, that is very true. Being like a nice winter day. Let me actually check my backpack. I should have one gift left over after this. That's perfect. But we're gonna go shopping on the 22nd anyway. So we're gonna have some more gifts. I'm also gonna check my money again just to determine how much gifts I actually can buy. The only thing we need now is 10k for the bed, so we have 12 point something. That goes for another whole round of chocolate with wrapping. As I said, this run can be very money sensitive. At the end we're just ending up with very little, especially if you had to bet a lot in the second horse race. I think it's just very important to keep track of it. I think if I would run this not in a marathon, I would probably not look and just like be like, ah, we're gonna be fine. Cause should I do another gift day? I think so, because on Saturday I buy the chocolate anyway. So I'm gonna just do another gift day now. We're doing them beforehand. But yeah, obviously every gift day takes like a minute or so to do, so it adds time. In the ideal case, her heart turns red exactly the day we would propose, but we did miss out on a couple of days. Okay, it's still orange. How many gift days was that now? I think that was like 6 or so. 6 times 625. I think in the worst case we have to do like 6 more, so we'll see. But we're nearing the end. We're nearing the end. So today I save, which is perfect because it's a snow day anyway. And I'm just gonna check if there's no storm on Saturday. Ideally it would be well, it doesn't actually matter if it's a sunny day or not. Oh, today's a stormy day, so I can't check the weather, so I just have to hope that it's not a storm tomorrow as well. Other than that, I probably just have to reset. But whenever it's stormy, you actually can't check the weather. Oh my god, we're very lucky. Oh yeah, we already cleared. So today, it's the big day, the big bad day. Oh my god, we got it. Oh,
Day,
nice.
chat, let's go.
We got it. But yeah, this cost us 15 minutes. Just like that, just gone. Or
I get some
yeah.
wide vibes in chat to celebrate our new wide bed.
A wide bed, let's go. Nice. So what we're doing now is we're gonna order the bed. That's the last purchase we gotta make. Okay, heart is still orange. And we're gonna gift her later when she comes back from the waterfall. Once we have more gifts again. But I think I'm gonna buy just 9 of them. Just because now we actually can spend all the money that we have. Because this is the last purchase we gotta do. Alrighty. Alright, we got the bed. Nice. Now I'm just gonna wait for the supermarket to open to buy a couple of extra chocolates. And then, fingers crossed, it's gonna turn red very soon. That's all we gotta hope for. Really. Couple more sunny days.
We put in a lot of work with her, so if
maybe
she doesn't
10
love us
more
by
minutes. Yeah, right? I think so too. Okay, let me see. We have 2,800 money left. So we can buy 9 of them. Because buying 9 chocolates and wrapping 9 of them is 1,800. Just gonna take the time to do that now. I don't think I'm gonna need all 9, but you know what? Just in case. What's your favorite chocolate? Actually, do you have a favorite?
Personally, I like really dark chocolate.
Dark
I like
chocolate.
like 90% dark chocolate, the bitter stuff.
I like that one too, actually. 85 probably my favorite.
85's good. Yeah, that's kind of right in the pocket.
Mmm.
I feel like that's a thing as you grow older. You become more, you respect dark chocolate a lot more.
You become
As
more
a kid,
bitter.
I hated
You
it.
desire.
You
bitter
become
fruit to
more
kind of
bitter.
remind you of yourself.
True, true. Understandable. So Anne should come up here in a second so we can actually gift her.
As we're approaching another intermission, Carter, if there's anything you want to plug before the run does end, now's probably a great time for it.
Sure. I mean, the main thing to plug is the rest of the marathon. We're going all weekend. We have already raised a third of $10,000 for Save the Children, a very, very wonderful charity doing amazing work to benefit really just like some of like the people who could benefit most, I would say. And it's all thanks to the runners, the organizers, the tech crew, and all of you in chat who are making it happen, donating, hanging out, posting a wide vibe to celebrate our wide bed as we're approaching the end of this Harvest Moon speed run.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't know. I think Anne's gonna marry us. I don't think she's gonna turn us down.
I don't think so either. Okay. Day we sleep because it's actually Christmas or Star Festival. The Starry Night Festival. Oh, it's obviously a snowy day. So now we just wait for the next sunny day to go gift. But we're almost, this is the home stretch. If we can only get a sunny day, that would be great. I might want to clear Zach in a second. I'm not sure. I don't think anything happens if we don't clear him in a certain amount of time, but let me just do that real quick. So we can go get the big bed. And now I'm just gonna wait for the sunny days to happen so we can go propose.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! I have that real life reaction to proposing as well. Woohoo!
Oh yeah, you know.
Hell yeah. Oh, it's the 28th. That's a good day. Would be a nice day for a proposal. I don't know about you. I'm thinking we still need like 3 more gift days, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe we're lucky. Maybe. We'll see.
It takes time to build a healthy relationship, you know?
Yeah.
It takes an awful
sure.
lot of packaged chocolate.
Yeah. Absolutely, that is true. In fact, I think we're keeping the economy in this village alive single-handedly. As you saw, the heart does not turn red yet. We're just waiting for the moment it turns red, and then we have our blue feather ready.
We had a question in chat about whether the affection gains, I think it's about the affection gains, and whether they're just based on RNG, if Ella or Desert, if you guys want to tell us a little bit about that.
So the affection gains themselves aren't RNG, but every time you sleep without talking to somebody, there's a roughly 10% chance they lose 200 affection. So because for most of winter Ella's just been sleeping and playing Saturdays, there's actually quite a few chances for Anne to lose affection. So if you get really bad luck, you could have to gift her like 4 to 5 additional days over what you normally would.
Yes, and now it's spring again, so we have better weather. Hopefully, fingers crossed, please no rain tomorrow. Oh no, of course it's raining. Okay. So I hope we can do the couple more gift days. Now? Yes, thank you. But yeah, it's that is one of the big issues at the end of the run. Like, you can have a really good pace, and then you just get the DKs, and you just have to do a couple more gift days at the end, which we also have to do now. Can also obviously happen throughout the rest of the year you can get some unlucky DKs. So a good run and a good PB is, as Desert said earlier, it's like 75%. I think even it might even be a little bit more than that. And her heart is not red yet. I'm assuming 1 or 2 more days. But it's we're going towards the end. And once we make the proposal, it's gonna take a minute to finish up. So it's it's waiting for that heart to turn red at the end of the run. That is pretty much it. Is there a Dark Souls reference for this as well? With like the health bar maybe? I don't know. Waiting for hearts to turn red. This is the cutscene we would usually skip and I just forgot because it's the 4th and I don't always play until the 4th of spring again. But yeah, if
Dark
you hold
Souls
an
is
item
mostly
here...
about waiting on the screen to turn black and tell you that you died.
I kind of just waiting for that in this game as well. So
I don't have a link to the Soulspawn games, but I would like to point out the geniusness that is not replacing your old bed, merely joining it to your new bed so that you have even more space.
Oh my god, it just turned red. We got it, y'all. We got
Upwards of 3 beds. Oh,
we're doing
let's go.
the proposal. She's like, oh my god, blue feather. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna tell everyone. And it takes 1 week, so we're just gonna go to sleep for 1 week. And then the wedding is gonna happen. So this is actually the home stretch. So if there's anything left to do, any donations left, any plugs left, we can do this now.
I can do all that stuff. I have a $30 donation from Carnate who says, thanks for the runners and organizers for this lovely event. Have fun for the second day. Wide vibe. I love that. Wide
Let's
vibes
go.
in chat for sure.
All the good.
Harvest Moon run. This has honestly been like such a interesting and exciting run for me. I learned so much about this game that I've never really watched before. I'm being completely serious. I really I've been deeply invested this whole time.
It's a very good run. I wish I wouldn't have messed up and this would have been 20 minutes faster, but
hey, sometimes you extend your house, sometimes you carry your dog on top of your head to bed. It's just kind of the way things go.
Right. I'm glad I'm getting it out of the way now at my first ever marathon, so it will never happen again.
Yeah, nothing will ever go wrong again at a marathon.
And here we go.
Undeniable logic.
And now we're getting married. And this is the sprite I'm talking about. We're just looking at it for a millisecond. It's actually so pretty. And once the screen goes black, it's time. Time. All right.
Woo!
Woo, we did it. We got married.
Clap, clap, clap.
And marrying actually does trigger the credits in this game. So it actually is a very sort of, intuitive sort of speedrun because the credits are just coming up and you're done. But there's a lot of other things to do in Harvest Moon. Yeah, oh my gosh. Thanks so much everyone for sitting through this with me. Sorry for the hiccup. I hope it was exciting nonetheless. Speedrunning Harvest Moon is super fun. You should go try it. We have a very lovely community. Join our Discord. And I think that's all from me.
Thank you so much, Ella. I want to give a quick second to Desert and Cass, our commentators. If you guys have anything you want to shout out, Discords to plug, whatever you guys want to say really quick.
No, I just want to congratulate you, Ella. That was an awesome first run. I'm really, really proud of you. And Rewards asked me to read at the appropriate time. Congratulations, Ella. He's proud of you.
Aw, that's very sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, so like Ella said, if you guys are interested in Harvest Moon speedruns, you can find the Discord on speedrun.com. I also want to say a 2:45 is a very solid time for a marathon run that had to redo winter. I believe that's, if that's not still second place, excluding Ella's other runs, it's very close. So definitely a very solid time.
Amazing.
Thank you,
Well,
Desert,
thank you guys
making
so
me feel
much.
better.
Yes, congratulations, Ella. No, that was really great, and your ability to do commentary while you're going through the run like that is awesome. This was really great. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank
I
you
think
for
we are
having
going
me.
to go. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me. It's been such a pleasure and such an honor to run for you all and with you all. Yeah. I'm good.
Awesome. Well, I think we are going to go to a quick intermission, and then let's see what is happening next. The hits keep coming, chat. I mean, that Harvest Moon run was incredible, and it's just gonna keep going. Like, there's just gonna be more speed, and there's gonna be more memes, and there's just gonna be souls, and there's gonna be farming, and there's gonna be all kinds of stuff. Coming up next, we have Dark Souls 3. Any percent item and enemy randomizer. We got Dan and Siegbra up next. And yeah.
Very excited for that.
Now that we've gotten the difficult hardcore games out of the way, we can play something a little more casual, like Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, exactly. Just lighten it up a little bit.
Hey, marriage is no casual affair.
Ah, true. Very true.